Dr. Alafea Stevens, and we're here on location in Antigua and Barbuda at the Erland Fisherman's Wharf. Caribbean Medical TV is all about promotion of a healthier lifestyle, which leads to a healthier mind. Healthier mind leads to a healthier Caribbean. A healthier Caribbean leads to a healthier world.
Worldwide, the Caribbean is known for its strong and flourishing community that supports its fellows from the home to the schools and beyond. Such spirit has allowed for an integrated and critical support system. Our nurses have risen to numerous challenges, and today we explore their story.
I tell people, nurses are not just nurses in the region. Nurses are heirs. They're the counselors sometimes, if it's on a night shift, when you have a patient in more emotional distress than a medical emergency. They do tremendous work. And it's really above and beyond what is expected. And we really owe them. I don't know how large we're going to talk about gratitude, but we really do owe them sincere appreciation, love, gratitude. Anybody ever thought about during COVID how much extra work hospital auxiliary and cleaning staff had to go through? In the region, I could speak specifically of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or dialysis nurses and nurses in general, and of course our supporting staff. But they really do a tremendous job. All right, and we appreciate them for really bringing us through challenging times and keeping us grounded, because without them, the system won't work. So it's not just the doctors or the dietitians, but certainly the nurses, the radiology techs, the radiographers, or janitors, or patient escorts. We appreciate you. We love you.
Well, I made that personal decision to become a nurse because I really felt that meeting people in a vulnerable state, it's definitely a calling, but it is a privilege. It's an honor to show up for people at that level, because illness is private. It's also an intimate experience. And so to be able to meet someone in a place where they may not know how, or may even be willing to ask you for that help because it's an invasion of that privacy, I felt that I really wanted to be able to step forward to someone and say, I'm here for you. And so I'm here for you in a system that can support you, and you don't have to be afraid. We're here for you. And that's why I chose this profession. But if we really want to capture the essence of a nurse, one of the resources that I think the general public can actually go to is the International Council of Nurses Code of Ethics. And it really tells you the full reach, the influence of a nurse, the different teams that she'll find herself on, her responsibility to her colleagues, to the profession, to persons, to society. COVID would have taught us a lot of things, definitely. We were scared, we were unsure, we just didn't know which direction we were headed in. But what also happened is that it taught us that we could put one foot in front of the other, day after day after day. And it taught us how resilient we were, how resilient we are, because we're still dealing with it. We're dealing with the effects of it. Healthcare providers would have had that big impact. The world did. But there was something unique to the healthcare provider in that you had to show up even if you were scared. How do you do that? How do you show up even if you're scared? How do you encourage the person who's saying, I'm scared? You know? Going back to the International Council of Nurses Code of Ethics, it talks about the responsibility of the nurse in response to epidemics, pandemics.
The pandemic changed a lot for everyone. The healthcare workers were go, 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 go. And many persons have still not rested and recovered. And perhaps you can't really stop to rest because now you're seeing all the work that you didn't get to see during those years of focusing only or mostly on COVID-19. Lots of healthcare workers have left the profession after the pandemic, and that is something that is really, really difficult. That means there's more work and less persons to do the work, and it's hard now to encourage younger people to get into the profession after they've seen what has happened after the pandemic.
Well, for me, my inspiration is pretty simple. My mom is a nurse, or was a nurse. She's a retired nurse. And although there were 6 of us, I'm the only one who really showed interest in the health profession. And so from a very early age, I felt really a love for science and, a need and a want to be in medicine. And one of the things I always remember is her work ethic. So mom was a hard worker. She would go to work every day. She would work throughout. We actually did, just when I was ending my years of studying, she was still working as a nurse at the accident and emergency. And so I did some observership, and so we would be in the same shift. I'll be sleeping, but she worked all night. She was a hard worker. And the work ethic, the interaction with patients. And so she has a very calm nature. To see her interact and to care for them, I think the patience that she actually had when she interacted with the patients, when I saw it, that is something that I admired, and I tried to bring it across as well. But she worked, her work ethics, she was always there. She was always at work, and she was always present, and she always did it. And she did it with a balance of trying to care for us, but at the end of the day, being there, going to work every day for our patients.
As a registered nurse, I am obligated to patient management generally. I have to ensure that the functions of the unit are up to date and paramount, that it's competitive, the patient's treatment are being done safely, efficiently, and that there is supervision of every process. As a patient coming to the dialysis at Doobay-Gafoor Medical Research Center, Inc., you can expect to be treated as a person. We take your being a patient here as a member of our family. We welcome you. We treat you as our own. Yes, you may be ill, but we try to ensure that you feel comfortable. We exercise empathy when you're not well. We speak with you, try to reassure you. So it's not like you're gonna lose an entire part of your life because you're sick. Your sickness does not debilitate you from doing what you're accustomed to do, what your life has been before. It can return to that or somewhere close to that semblance, but it's not the end of the world.
I'm Dr. Alafea Stephen. Caribbean Medical TV is on location in Antigua and Barbuda. We are covering a wide range of topics, including emergency medicine and primary care. So please stay tuned for more to come.
Hello, I am Nigel Baptiste, Group President and Chief Executive Officer of Republic Financial Holdings Limited. The Republic Group has always prioritized the holistic development of the communities and countries we serve. It's a mission driven by our flagship Power to Make a Difference corporate social responsibility program and the dedication of our staff, where we focus on 4 key pillars: the power to learn, the power to care, the power to help, and the power to succeed. For us, this is just the beginning of our sustainability journey, and we remain fully committed to unlocking financing to support the attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which ultimately would lead to a Caribbean region that is safe, healthy, and sustainable for many generations to come.
We have to keep in mind the main reason why we chose this career. We care about people, we love people, we want to assist persons to get the best help possible. And one of the motivating factors are when our clients just say, thank you so much for what you are doing for us. Also, we need to realize that what we are doing for persons is not just, we have to understand that it's also what we are doing for God. So we give out extra. We love people, we give the extra mile. I would like to say thank you to our nurses and the other members of the healthcare team. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to duty. You're doing a great job. I pray that God will continue to bless you.
We have seen nursing excel in their commitment, in their drive, in their resourcefulness, in their teamwork, the leadership at the point of care. So hats off to our nurses. You know, they have gone way beyond demand, and they are demonstrating their love for their job and their commitment to the population of Trinidad and Tobago. And that's something I'm really proud of. They have excelled, and they are continuing to excel.
Palliative care is that treatment or that support that is given to a patient when, at the ending stage of life, or nothing cannot be done, mostly like treatment form, where they need that support. Is going to be it for the anemia, be it for nutrition, be it for financial support or social support at home, however it may be. We try as much along with the family members that we can get to help, because sometimes we don't find much of them with that support. They let the family member down and they're just not bothered. So we try to take up, with the help of the Pink Ribbon Society and the Cancer Society, we help family members along, taking care of themselves as much as we can. We try as much to keep them positive and to keep them in that high spirits. And we try to remind them too that believing in God helps them a lot. So keep praying and trusting in God that they may be able to overcome a lot of the fears and the obstacles that they may meet, to try to be positive along the way. And we do as much as we can.
Not just a unit like this unit functioning, but any hospital unit. Certainly physicians are the one who come and deal with the overall management of the patient, but that moment by moment execution of tasks and continuing to monitor that patient, having that interaction, continuous interaction with the patient, is the nurse. And they're really, as you correctly said, the unsung heroes. They're the heavy lifters and the backbone of a medical facility. And really and truthfully, we couldn't do it without them. And that's the reality. Sometimes we don't want to say that in terms of the wider sphere, because persons think, oh, a person's just a nurse. But no, sometimes it is the nurse that saves the day. When I was actually a medical student, and that is quite some time now, the nurse is actually who taught me a lot of my clinical skills. When I got onto the ward as a clinical student, it was a nurse who would pull you aside and say, come, let me teach you how to pass an NG tube. Let me teach you about how to monitor fluids. You know, all of these various skills that sometimes we take for granted, but it is the nurse that she really sets that very strong foundation, and without the nurses, we really couldn't do it.
I can't begin to say how appreciative we are of our nurses, who are indeed our unsung heroes. Many of them can go to the metropolitan countries and earn thrice in a different currency from what they earn at home. But they come out every single day to give a command performance, as I call it, to take care of patients as part of the labor of love. And we really should celebrate them a lot more than we do right now. We give lip service to them, but really and truly, our nurses are phenomenal. They provide a level of care that is unsurpassed, and they really do come out to give every day, the highest level of care they can within even the resource constraints that we work with. And so we salute them all the time.
Thank you, Dr. James. Stay tuned and we'll be right back with more.
Medcorp Limited, Trinidad's first internationally accredited healthcare provider and one of the nation's top healthcare institutions. With 3 strategic campuses across northwest Trinidad, We offer comprehensive healthcare services for all your needs. We're committed to patient-centered quality care, excelling at treating complex medical conditions. Our 24/7 emergency services provide trusted, timely care when you need it most. We've invested in cutting-edge diagnostic and therapeutic technologies, ensuring higher accuracy in imaging and more effective treatments for better outcomes. Our state-of-the-art ICU delivers the highest level of critical care, backed by the latest medical innovations. Life is precious. Choose the best. Choose Medcorp Limited.
At the Exim Bank, we provide our clients with the financial resources to enable them to increase their foreign exchange earnings. And it is working. Let's look at it from a national, then a regional, and then a global context. Regionally, tourism is back, and back big. The young people, through creativity, innovation, and via various existing international platforms, can create businesses that are geared to the international markets from the get-go. Exim Bank is the only official export credit agency in Trinidad and Tobago. We are the preferred option for export financing, with a core focus on developing the export potential of Trinidad and Tobago as a mechanism to diversify the economy and increase non-energy foreign exchange earnings. Exim Bank stands ready to help companies achieve their export ambitions. Let's celebrate success.
The familial ties are strong within our communities. There are countless stories of individuals leading the way to help the people of the Caribbean. Caribbean Medical TV takes you to Promise House in Trinidad and Tobago, where we hear the incredible story of how a group of women came together to give children hope. And where there is hope, there is promise.
So about 5 years ago, a group of 5 women got together with the intention of really forming an organization that we could collectively help the community of Trinidad and Tobago. Very soon thereafter, we realized that we really wanted to help pediatric cancer. And we saw Just Because Foundation and saw what their role was, how important that role was, how expansive that role was. And we thought that Promise House would certainly have a place in helping pediatric cancer by building a facility like this, Promise House TT, where cancer children and their families can stay for free while they're having their chemotherapy done and treatment done at Mount Hope. The idea really was to facilitate an environment where it's a holistic environment, where children who come in have play therapy and art therapy, there's a family setting, there's community, so that children are really engineered to be the best, or to receive basically the best kind of care. These children can come from Trinidad, Tobago, the Caribbean islands. It is open to everyone and anyone who meets the criteria of being a pediatric cancer patient, so under the age of 16 and under. Promise House TT came to its being by a lot of sweat, tears, and the generosity of so many. Aside from corporate TNT, from personal donations, we've had volunteers who have come from all reaches of this country to come put down tiles, put down bricks, paint, do the garden. Outside of Promise House building, we have a play area, and the playground is really quite beautiful. It has lovely play structures that are very well secure so that kids could come and play, and we've had children playing on it. It's so lovely to see that level of even exercise, of activity in the children. Towards the back, we have a beautiful mango tree that has benches underneath it. You can sit, have a quiet moment, and it's just a wonderful environment. On the property, we will also have phase 2 and 3 of Promise House's Dream, which is an adult cancer hospice that's also going to be free, and then a home for the aged, which will house about 28 residents. It's really an ecosystem. It's an ecosystem and a community that can only add to thriving individuals, and it's such a wonderful place.
We applaud you, Dr. Sabga, and your team for the wonderful work at the Promise House.
I'm Dr. Alafea Stephen, and we're here on site at South Coast Horizon in Antigua and Barbuda, one of the oldest mangrove reserve lagoons here on island. I hope you're enjoying the show, Caribbean Medical TV.
Thank you, Dr. Stevens. Now we focus on a critical part of the equation regarding NCDs.
We have a crisis in the region from the perspective that the mortality and morbidity rates for non-communicable diseases, it's highest in the region when compared to Latin America. When you look at Latin America and the Caribbean, you have strokes, heart disease, and very often they can be addressed by what you call modifiable risk factors, which is tobacco use, physical inactivity, unhealthy diets, as well as the inappropriate use of alcohol. One of the challenges we're having is that the region has gone through what you call a nutrition transition, meaning that we had transitioned from eating traditional foods to more energy-dense, processed foods that are high in salt, sugars, and fats that, of course, don't contribute to our health and well-being. If it is we're able to deal with the issue of food security, nutrition security, meaning that persons can afford and have access to on an ongoing basis the foods that are best for their health, and they make the right decisions so to do, it means that it's going to impact. It's going to impact in that it will mean we have a healthier nation. We would have a lower overall health cost in terms of our healthcare system.
Food nourishes us, and like many in the agricultural sector have advocated for so long, we now need to make the time to go to the market, like our parents did in the old-time days. Time to pick up some ground provisions at the historic market in St. John's, Antigua.
This is our public market where we have fresh vegetables, fresh fruits and stuff that you could come. Locals will come on a Saturday and have like filled with fresh fruit, like products, everything fresh. Saturdays it's packed. People just gathered and getting their stuff to do a nice Sunday meal. So come on, let's go and see exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Morning. Hi. So, what's your favorite stuff? Well, I love bananas, green bananas. I would do that with some fish, nice steamed fish, excellent. At the market, you will get it for reasonable prices. They also sell it at the supermarket, you know, but we come to the market because you get it fresh. It's actually green, and the same as, let me see, this is also green. It's not ready. They have it laid there because I guess they're waiting for it to ripe for the weekend so people can come and shop and get the fresh ones, the ripe and good ones. Nice local honey. Hi, how are you doing? Good. This is locally grown. So this is the dashi. This is, once you cut it, it's white inside. You put it to boil with your different, whatever you're gonna eat it with, whatever you decide, and it's just right. It's so yummy. If you don't have a nice seasoning already, your food is not gonna taste as how it should. So, you know, you have to add your onions, your garlic, your nice, you know, ground provision, peppers. All that is necessary to have a great flavored meal.
Thank you, Alfonsina, for taking us into the Antigua market and sharing your tips for better, fresher and healthier eating. Care, comfort and community. Recognizing this pattern is vital to help us adapt. From fitness to community to nutrition, there are learning opportunities all around us to lead a healthier lifestyle. We only need to listen.
I think we often underestimate the importance of a good support system. Yes, we have social workers. Yes, we have counselors and psychologists trying to deal with coping mechanisms and so forth for chronic illnesses. But the role of the family, the role of the church, the role of friends, I don't think that role can be overstated, and it is often underestimated. So as a region, I think it's important for us to, one, look into well visits, encourage each other into well visits. You start targeting school-age children, primary school children, getting them into the concept that you don't only go to the doctor when you're sick, just like you don't only go to the dentist when you have a cavity. Well visits, becoming more in tune with symptoms and signs of diseases, educating yourself with the broad scope of social media. A lot of this you can have, and just making our region a healthier region for all, so that we could enjoy the beauty that surrounds us.
We want persons to come in and have an annual check. That is taking care of self. We don't want people to be too busy. We know this world is very busy. We know our work is very busy. We don't have time to do certain things for ourselves. But if we do not take care of ourselves, we would not be able to take care of all the other thing else that is available. So as they said, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So we want persons to please seek medical attention. Once you have any health issues that may be bothering you, you do not wait until it gets worse. And as a matter of fact, we don't want to wait until you come down with a health condition. We want you to start now. Whether you feel right or you feel wrong, you start now. Starting now will make us know what is going on with you later on. And we can also curb that problem before it gets worse.
No man is an island. You are responsible for yourself, yes, but if you really think about it, you're also responsible for the children that you've brought here. So if you go out, who's going to look after them? You are also responsible for the grandparents who looked after you. So they are ailing, they can't look after themselves. So there's an interconnectedness of responsibility that if philosophically we don't take that on, that we do not return to being a village, we are not going to win this battle. No matter how many hospitals you build, no matter how much new information you get, no matter how much new equipment you get, if you do not take that on. And I think this is one thing that the medical profession, the dental profession, the nutritionists, we need to stress to people. You are responsible for this. And as you get the information, you know, grasp it with an avidity, the kind of avidity that I have seen the anti-vaxxers grasp their anti-vax ideas. I want the people outside of that to grasp the original good and proven ideas that we have treatment for and run with that responsibility, because it can't happen at the level of the doctors and the associations only. It can't happen at the level of your political party and the wishes of the new people who want to go to the government. They're not going to do it. It's not going to be done. It has to be done at that individual level. Know your family history, because you are your family. You're a breast cancer family, you're a colon cancer family, you're a heart disease family. You've got to understand things like this and then run with the information that you have.
Thank you, Dr. Massey, for your insightful thoughts and wisdom.
We hope that this program was very informative. I am Dr. Alafea Stevens of Antigua and Barbuda. Thank you for watching Caribbean Medical TV, and we look forward to seeing more of you in the future.